Hey web slingers, this is huge Spider-Man news, and personally I think it's the best Spider-Man news to come out of the Spidey books in quite some time. It seems, starting in November of 2011, Zeb Wells and, yes, I'll butcher the name, in November, Zeb Wells and, yes, I'll butcher the name, Joe Madureira, or Joe Mad for short, are going to be doing a Spider-Man book called The Avenging Spider-Man. It's basically going to be sort of like a team-up book without officially calling it a team-up book, and Joe Mad will be doing the art, which is awesome. I like that guy's art style from the 90s, and he had inspired so many imitators back then. He has a American with a manga influence without exactly being manga and without exactly being American. And the thing is, he was a really great artist in the Uncanny X-Men, and his stuff, his character designs, his style of art, and just what he brought to the comics table was huge. When he made an impact back then in the 90s, imitators across the board were copying his style, and they copied the style but not the substance or the details, and a lot of those imitators, you know, just didn't last long. And the thing with Joe Mad, he was a huge video game guy, really into the games. He was a young guy in his 20s back then. I personally think he dropped the ball career-wise. He was hot in the X-Men, and it seemed just like when he was just about to peak and really hit a new level, he dropped off the map. Then he went and did his own book, Battle Chasers, and it pissed a lot of fans off that when he wrapped up the series at issue 9, it was literally a cliffhanger. He never wrapped up the stories to characters, and he just left the book high and dry. And his title, again, it was a case of he's getting really popular, and then he just drops off the map. I personally think the guy was at the level of a Jim Lee or a Todd McFarlane in terms of what he could have made in the comics industry financially. And again, I don't know what he made, but whatever. I mean, he was just one of those guys that really would have been one of the highest paid artists in the industry because his stuff was influential, it was that good, and the books were selling, okay? The books were selling back then, and it just seemed that way other than the X-Men. Like, whenever he could reach that level of greatness, he changed directions. And just like, and that sucks. And when he did draw that, when he did draw Spider-Man, which was one Uncanny X-Men team up, his style of art was great. I thought back then he could have been a character, if he could be in a Spidey book, that he would make a huge impact and really put his stamp on the character, such as a few great artists have, like Romita, McFarlane, and others have made their stamp on Spider-Man. Joe Mad had that talent and ability, but he just never really got the chance, or he didn't want the chance. Now that he's going to be in the Spider-Man book and drawing the title for I don't know how long, but if he could have a good run on that title, a good 12 issues, 24 issues, and so forth, I mean, he could really leave a stamp on the character. And since it'll be a team-up, he's going to have Wolverine in there, Iron Man, and others, which is extra cool. So bottom line is, this Avenging Spider-Man book, Zeb Wells writing, Joe Mad at the art. It's great to see him back in the industry and working on a comic project. And it could be huge, really huge news. And his art's just really some of the best out there, I think. So I'll talk to you later.